Okay, this is Lady Myya. I have Tara Bowler here, and she is a wonderful wife, mother of two, and she has got ambitions for her family. Like she wants to do more for them, and she wants them to have a better life. That I keep talking about, people. So she is originally from Bridgeport, moved to Philadelphia. She went to Temple. She went to Temple and got her bachelor's in communications. And then she had got her master's in business administration. And if you guys please welcome Miss Tara Bowler. Hey, girlfriend. So, tell us about your upbringing, because I'm pretty sure you said you worked since you were 15 years old. How did that
Yes,
happen?
yes. So, my mom grew up in a single mother household. It was
Mm-hmm.
my mom, myself, and my sister. And there's a big gap between the two of us. It's about 6 years. So, growing up, I started working early in Connecticut. We can start working at 15. So, I started working at 15, and it was just something that I had to do. Like I felt like I had to do because my mom, she was working on her own. She was, just trying to make ends meet with two girls, and she didn't have a great job, but she made do. So at 15, I started working. I was working two jobs. I was going to school all day, and I had an office job, so I would go there for 2 hours after school, and then I had a part-time job in the mall. And I did this for the last 2 years of high school, my junior and my senior year. And my senior year, I had like three jobs. Like it wasn't even, it wasn't even like a thing. Like I was like, oh, I can start another job. So I'm just used to working it. And that's what I got from my mom. Like we used to see her and she would work all the time. Like sometime if the light was getting ready to go off, somehow she would magically, get the money somehow. And, that's just the kind of ethic I have. Like, if something needs to get done, I get it done no matter what. And that's just what you
Mm-hmm.
have to do. And that's the kind of mindset you have to have.
Mm-hmm.
I brought my own car when I was 17. So I saved up the money for months, and I brought the car. I didn't finance it. I just brought it straight out. I mean, it was a little put, but it made it to A and B, and that was the first car that my family had. So it just meant a lot to me, and that was like the first time I realized that, okay, if I set goals and I work hard, I can attain them no matter what. So that just opened up a new world for me. So coming from where I come from, I see a lot of people that are stuck in the mindset like, oh, I grew up in the ghetto, or I grew up in a bad neighborhood. So, I can't get out. I can't afford to go to college. So I'm just going to sit here and do whatever I can. And I just refuse to accept that. So I already had my sights on school, and I didn't plan on going to school nearby. I wanted to get out of Connecticut because I felt like if I stayed there, my outlook would change, and my attitude and my personality, it would just all go in a way that I didn't want it to go. So I did go to Temple, which I think was one of the best decisions I made, because not only did I get to meet new people, I got to see new places, and it opened up my mind to even more opportunities and outlooks on life and such as that. So after Temple, I graduated, great. And I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go get a job because that's what everybody said they do. We're supposed to grow up and go to school, do good, go to college, and graduate, and you're gonna get a great job. And that's what I did. And guess what? I didn't get a great job. I got pregnant with my son, and I was just like, I don't know what we're gonna do because I got a degree, but my degree was in communications, and I originally wanted to go into television production. But the problem is, they want you to intern first. So I was like, I need money. I'm pregnant. I need to be able to get milk for my baby. So that wasn't working. So for a couple of months, I didn't work, and his father made do for us, and so we were able to manage. But it was hard because I thought that if I did everything right, I go to school, I graduate, that I would get a job. And that's just not how it is. And we're programmed to think that this is the way what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to go to school, we're supposed to graduate college, go to college, graduate college, and then get a job, and then, live your life, retire, and then that's the end of it.
Yeah,
And
and you know what, like with all that, because like you were already set up, because like you already had, that work ethic, and that's
right,
always a good thing. And so it's a good thing for the people you worked for,
right.
but for you and yourself and the things that you wanted for yourself, it worked for that time being, but at the same time, like, okay, I know you said you changed your mindset now. Tell me what happened that made you want to change your mindset.
Okay, so I eventually did start a career, and I've been in that same field for about 13 years. I've been with my current place for 11. I think I think everybody has to look at how they feel or what they're going through, because I just realized that I was just unhappy. I mean, yeah, I have a job and I'm very thankful for that, but I'm not happy. I love to travel. So, I hate the fact that I have to like request time off to make sure I can travel. Like my husband and I, we literally have to plan our trips around our jobs. And I hate that, because I just think it's just, I should be able to take my time when I want to. And getting up and doing the same thing every day, like, again, I am thankful, but it just gets to a point where it's like, okay, like, is this what I want to do? Because in order for me to retire with my full pension, I'm gonna have to work for at least another 20 years at the same job that I'm already unhappy at.
Mhm.
I'm grateful, but it's just, at some point you gotta say enough is enough. So I think for me is when I realized, like, you know what, and I just had my daughter, and so I took off 4 months, and that was even hard because I didn't have enough time at my
Mm,
job to really take it off. So I had to go without pay for about a month.
mm,
Just, I mean, I'm having a baby. I should be able to have my baby and,
mhm,
not have to worry. But, that's what happens when you put yourself in a box. They're gonna pay you based off of, their own, they make the rules, they make the circumstances. They let you know when you can go and when you can come, what time you have to start, how much they're gonna pay you. And to me, I just needed to get outside of that box. So within the last year, I started thinking about different things that I can do in order to get out the box, meaning get to a point where I can generate my own income and control, that income. And then to me, the sky is the limit, because even with a traditional job, you have a salary or an hourly rate, and that's it. Like, you can't make any more than that. So that is the box that we're putting ourselves in, because that's what we just believe that we're supposed to do.
mhm,
And why be good or okay? Because, yeah, my family's good. We eating, the lights are on. But
right,
why would you settle for just good? Like, I want to
right.
be great. I want
Yes.
I want to have an abundance of
Yeah.
income. I want to have an abundance of freedom. I want to have an abundance of time. And you cannot get that working inside of a box. I'm sorry. If you have a
No.
traditional job, a 9 to 5, 6:30 to 3, or whatever, the situation is, you can't get that. You can
Mm,
work a numerous amount of overtime or get multiple jobs. But if you're working that hard for someone else, why not work that hard for yourself?
mhm. Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know,
So wait, okay, no, you are so right, because like, okay, you're working for yourself, right? Okay. Now you have a plan.
right.
What is your plan? Like, what is your plan for what you have? You looked it up, you figured it out, you said, you know what, this is what I'm going with, and I'm going to take off running. Where are we going from here?
So, I've been looking at just several options, and investing seemed to be the best option and grow to me to growing your income. So, I first looked into trading stocks, and I'm the type of person that I can't just read a book or look at a video and then jump in, because to me it's too risky. I need a platform. I need classes. I need mentors. I need trainings. So I wanted to look for an educational platform in order to learn a skill set that would eventually get me to a point where I can obtain financial freedom, where I can leave my job if I want to, where I can have freedom to travel when I want to, and still have the income, more income than, to do all of that. So I did some research, and I was presented with an opportunity from a family member, and I came across a company that I partnered with, and they have a great educational platform, and it provides so many resources to teach me how to do a skill. So now I'm learning how to trade in the Forex market, which is the foreign exchange, and you're trading currencies different from the stock market. And it's just been amazing. Like, I've only been in it for about a month, but I've learned so much. I didn't even know what the Forex market was when I got presented with the opportunity. And I just think it's such a great way to break off and to start generating my own income and to build a business, because my ultimate goal is to free as many people as I can, and what I've come to learn is everybody has to come to that point themselves, because I really, really feel like we're all programmed to think that we're supposed to do a certain thing, and then we settle for that, become complacent in what we do. So, you get a job and you think, okay, well, it's a steady paycheck. I'm good. I'm making good money. I don't need to look for more. But why not?
Mm.
Are you happy working for somebody else because you're making money for somebody else? Yeah, they're paying you. But guess how much they're making off you versus how much they're paying you.
Yes.
And I find it amazing, because what I've been learning, and growing my business is people don't want to get out the box. And that's okay, because you have to do it at your own pace. It's not my job to be captain, save everybody, because you got to save yourself. I came to that point myself, that I needed to change my outlook, my perception, my thinking, because what I was doing was not working. Like, one of my favorite sayings is, doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. That's insanity. So we go to work every day thinking that one day we're just going to get rich, or one day we're going to save up enough money to buy a house, or one day. And I mean, you can do it, but you're doing the same thing expecting something different. You're doing the same thing expecting to become more financially, get more finances. You're doing the same thing expecting to be getting a better position in life.
Right.
But to me, it's just, you're just running on this treadmill. You're not really going anywhere. Like, you want to, but you're not really going in. So I think it takes time for people to jump off the treadmill to realize that, okay, I need to do something different in order to attain the goals that I'm trying to do. And that's what it comes down to. Like, I felt like I needed to get out of my box, because I put myself in a box thinking that, oh, I'm making good money, so it's okay. But I want to be great. I don't want to just be okay. I don't want to just be good. The one thing of what building wealth is, they always say 7 streams of income. People are working off of one income and thinking like, oh yeah, we good. I got one income. It's a good income. But why? Like, you can be great. Have multiple streams of income.
Why not?
And the one thing I would say to everybody is, when you have part of getting outside of that box is being open-minded. So many people are closed off to opportunities. They don't even listen. There's been so many times where I'm like, listen, I got something to talk to you about. I see that you were where I was, because I know plenty of people that were in my boat. Unhappy at their job, don't even want to go every day. Right. So, but then they're like, oh no, I don't want to hear about it. I'm too busy. I got so much on my plate, and I get that, but
a lot of people are fearful, unfortunately.
Yes, I do. But without fear, there will not be change.
No, and you know what? It's going to take something. It's got to take something super drastic for them to even see, that they have to change. Like you have to get to a space where you're so uncomfortable that you're searching for either air or water or whatever it is that would actually change your present situation.
Right.
And so, and that's like one of the things that like I really really stress on the shows, because I'm like, hey, there's so many opportunities out here that if you were to type in right now how to make money, or what jobs are better, how to start my own business, because a lot of people, are fearful of starting their own businesses,
Yeah.
which is totally honest, because this is a lot of work. This is a lot
Right.
more work than it is just going to a 9 to 5, but at the same time you have a lot more freedom, if
And
you
you're
can
doing it
work.
for yourself. Like you
Exactly.
said, it's a cliche saying, but you're becoming your own boss.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be the goal, because I've seen so many people like break their back working for companies for years and years, and they retire and they don't have anything to show for it after that. The company says, thank you for your service, thank you for your work, goodbye. And then that's
Mm-hmm.
it. And then most people have to go, they retire from their careers or long-term jobs, and then they have to find another job because either
Mm-hmm.
the finances aren't right, or the income that they're used to having, they don't have any longer because now you're retired.
Right.
And that's just not, to me, that's just not where I want to be. I want to be comfortable. I want to be more than comfortable. I want to be, like I said, I want an abundance. I want my
Yeah.
children to break, like I want to break generational curses. I don't want my children to have to worry about where they're going to school. Like I had to, take loans out when I went to school because my mom could not afford it. I mean, it was times when, like multiple times when I would get that letter in the mail saying, if you don't pay your balance by X date, then, we're going to have to,
Furnish
not
your wages.
basically kick you out. Like you can't take any, you're not going to be able to register for classes. And I remember calling my mom crying multiple times. And it wasn't because, I was like, oh, mom, they got me this letter. It was just because I knew in calling her that she wouldn't really be able to help. Like we would cry on the phone together because I'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, Mom, we owe $3,000. Like, I don't know how we're gonna pay that. And she'd be like, I don't know either. And
Mm.
we would do the best we can, but then it eventually got to a point where I had to take out loans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that for my children. I
Right.
want my children to decide if that's what they want to do. Because I'm
Mm.
not gonna program them to think like, oh, you gotta go to, I mean, I think college is beneficial, but I
Right.
think it should be a platform to do something greater than just settle
Mm-hmm.
for a job. So don't think
Right.
I'm not advocating for college, because I think knowledge is important no
Yes,
matter
it is.
what, no matter what you
Mm-hmm.
do. So but when my kids decide to go to college, I want them to just to be able to decide where they want to go because that's where they want to go. Because it's
Mm-hmm.
the academic programs or the sports
Mm-hmm.
programs or whatever the case is. I don't want them to be like, Mom, I know it's gonna be hard for us, so I'm gonna stay in state, or it's just I don't want to put that over my children. And that is the point of me breaking out now, because I realized the way I was going, that was what was gonna happen. Like even
Right.
if I saved up and stuff, yeah, I would have money to send them, but you wanna make your face where you're free, where
Mm-hmm.
money is not really something that a chain that's holding you back.
Right. That's true.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
that's my mindset
Mm-hmm.
now, and it took me years because I'm 36, so it took me a while, but I had to break out of that programming.
Right.
And it's not just like your parents; it's just society. It's
Mm.
everything. All these different factors that tell you what you should be doing, and
Yeah.
then really all the people that are jumping out the box, that are taking the risk, are the ones that are successful.
Right. That is
You know,
true. That is so true.
yeah, I saw an article, well, not article, but like a post on Facebook about Mark Zuckerberg that started Facebook, and it started off in his college dorm room. He asked a couple of friends over, said, "Look, I got an opportunity. I want y'all to hear about it." And people turned him down. But look at
Mm-hmm.
him now. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's easy to get to where he got today.
Right.
But the point is, if you're gonna work hard and break your back for someone else, why not do it for yourself? I feel
Exactly.
like if you're doing it for yourself, you'll probably work even harder, because then
That's
you
true.
can you can reap what you sow.
Hmm. And that's very important because like people don't see that big one. They just see, um, oh, I have to give all this money, I have to kick out all this money, I have to ask
Mhm.
for all these loans. And a lot of people are having a whole lot of problems networking. And that is a hard thing to do. I mean, networking is so, I mean, you have the platforms, you have, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you got Twitter, you got all these different platforms that you could be using. And right now, by us being in the current state that we're in, it doesn't make it easy because of the fact that like we can't see that person face to face.
Right.
People have to now, like, okay, well now let me just try to email you. I mean, emails just be blowing up, girlfriend. I'd be like, look, y'all, I'm gonna have to unsubscribe to half of y'all because I just cannot do this today. This is not gonna happen. But it is work, like you said, and sometimes it's like 5 jobs because when you first start, you have to be your own assistant, you
Right.
have to be your own promoter, you got to be your own advocate, you have
Yep.
to, and then you still have to do the business. So,
Yep.
I mean, yes, those things, and I think yours is way better because it's like, let me learn so I can do my thing and, I can just do this, and the more I learn, the more time that I invest in it, the better I'm going to be. And you didn't have to do a whole lot. You just went to school, you got your education on it. I mean, yes, you got to spend a bunch of hours trying to figure it out, but at the same time, you have the willingness to keep going, to get to the goal. You have a goal, and thank God you do, because not a lot of people even feel like goals are important.
Right. Yeah, we just go through the day like all willy nilly, not really a plan, and that's just how it is. So
It's
yeah, I
just
think just trying to do things to improve yourself, even if it starts there, because that's how my thoughts started manifesting. I was like, you know what, I just need to learn a new skill. I mean, I'm good
mm-hmm,
at what I do, but is
mm-hmm,
that my passion?
sure.
No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
But building another skill and finding a passion in that skill and what that skill can do for myself and for others has been amazing. This opportunity has just, like, I feel like a weight has been lifted, to be honest. Like, I think I've been waiting all this time because I pray and I pray to for God to bring me discernment and to know like when a good opportunity has been presented to me, and that came. And it
Mm-hmm.
is scary.
Yeah.
And networking is hard, especially for a person like myself where I'm more so an introvert. But
Mm-hmm.
I've been an introvert all my life, and where has that gotten me? That's the mindset I have to have now. What I was doing before, I was comfortable in, obviously, but it wasn't getting me to where I wanted to get. So I have to get uncomfortable
Yeah.
to get to where I want to go. And that's where, and then again, that goes back to the complacency. Like, we get comfortable and we get complacent, and we're okay with that.
Yes.
Just because we're comfortable and we don't want to go outside our comfort zone because no, that makes me uncomfortable. I'm okay
Yeah.
over here. But are you
Mm-hmm.
happy over there?
Right.
I
That's
mean,
true.
some people may be happy. For people that are, that are in jobs and they love their jobs, I think that's great. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's great. What I'm saying is, for people, if you're unhappy, why stay that way?
Exactly.
Why keep going to a job every day that you don't even like going to? You don't even like the people you work with.
Mm-mm-mm. Let's
But
not
you
go
go
with
there
the
every
people now.
day. You come home and you vent to your husband or your wife or your kids or
Oh,
whoever,
the kids. Yeah.
and then you go to bed and you wake up and you do it all over again.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Hey Sharon, how are you?
Hey T, I've been good, but my eczema flared up and nothing is working with this changing of the weather.
Really? I've been using this body butter by this company called Lotus and Bloom. It's all natural, has no harsh chemicals. It works wonders on my dry skin and feet. They look brand new when I put that butter on them.
Okay, girl.
It's all natural, has shea butter, mango butter. Those are great for eczema.
Really, I need to get me some. What's the name of it again?
Lotus and Bloom. Their website is www.lotusandbloom.com. You can buy it on Amazon too. Free shipping.
That's great. You know I love my free shipping.
We are back to our interview.
I don't want that for my children. I don't. And I need to start now teaching them that the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. It's not gonna. And I tell my son that every time, like even with just schoolwork and anything. Like he wants to go into the NFL. If you work really hard, you can do it. I mean, I know it's not going to be easy at all because there's a million kids, young people that want to get in the NFL. And if that was the case, if everybody did, the NFL would be like overcrowded. So clearly only certain ones get in, but that doesn't mean that you can't. That just means you're going to have to work harder. You're going to have to be, stick out from amongst your peers in order to get in.
Make your own football association.
Or make your own, yes. You know what?
I can see him doing that.
A lot of us don't have self-sustaining income. Our income depends on someone else or something else. It depends on us going to work every day. It depends on us doing our job every day. It depends on whether the company is doing good. Stuff like that. Those are just, I feel like, just other barriers that we're putting on ourselves because our livelihood, for a lot of people, their livelihood depends on someone else.
That's true. And it just doesn't help that, okay, the way our parents were raised, of course, this comes all the way back from the beginning, of course, and it's just more so like, okay, this is all you do. You go to school, you go to college, you finish, you work. That's it. This was the best advice that they thought they was given, and that was embedded in us. And that was the mindset that we had to take along with us on our journey in life. So now it's more so like, okay, but what about that? Oh yeah, well, don't worry about that. But look at that. Did you see? No, that's not for you. And like society is like that. That's not for you. Don't worry about that. That has nothing to do with it. You stay and you do what you gotta do. So you're basically allowing the almighty Oz to tell you this is what you need to do to get to where you're trying to get to.
Right.
Only for them to not do what they said that they were going to do. You have to do it.
Right. And that's what we talk about when we talk about breaking generational curses. You know, my mom has been working. She's still working. I mean, she's in her 50s, but she just turned 60 actually, sorry. You work for years and years breaking your back and you eventually retire and then you don't really have much to show for it. Or, you're not sure where to go from there. And then, her mother before her worked for years and years and broke her back. And so it gets to a point was like, is that where you want to go? Is that what you want to do? Because we are raised that way. We are raised to think like, generations before us because that's all they knew. Exactly. So sometimes it's time to introduce something new so that the generations to come won't continue the same trends, the same things over and over again.
Exactly. And I look at it like our next generation actually has more at their fingertips than we did.
Absolutely.
And then it's like their possibilities they've been born with because now they have these little iPads and they're just playing and they're doing their thing. And to them, they've already figured out how to work a computer, to do what they wanted to do. Oh, I know if I push this button, this is going to happen. If I push that button, that's going to happen. And it's like now they can actually program their own way. As opposed to we didn't have all that. I didn't get my first cell phone till I was 22 years old.
Yeah, I would say I was a little bit younger. I was probably like 18.
Oh, wow. Bless you.
when I got a beeper, I was like, what? I got a beeper, pager, whatever you want to call it.
I had me a two-way. Ah,
Yeah, my son was like, "What's the pager?" I was like, "Oh, Jesus."
I know, right? What is a cassette player? What? Who are you?
But the
And we had.
opportunities, you're right, are like endless. I mean, my son loves playing video games.
Mhm.
There are people that made a living off of video games.
Yes.
There's people that he has in his community, his video game community that make millions. And you
Hmm.
know what? Do you think that they went to school and then found a job and then worked for 20, 30, 40 years?
Yeah,
No, they
no.
looked outside the box. They took something that they were passionate about
Hmm.
and took it on their own. And these kids are young,
Yes.
like
Okay.
20s, early 20s, late teens, and they're making business and they're powerful because now they know at a very young age that sky is the limit. They don't have any beards. They don't have anybody telling them what to do. They
That's
make their own money. They run their own business, their own brand,
right. Mhm. It
and
is.
I think that's amazing.
We need to, yes, we need to buy from them, but at the same time, they are not trying to give either. So,
Yeah,
like, you're trying to make yourself rich off of the backs of black. I'm
yeah.
like, that's the same thing they did.
Yeah, I see like and I think that goes to like being knowledgeable. Like some people start businesses
Mhm.
maybe with misguided intentions. I mean, everybody wants to, make money obviously, but I think you need to be knowledgeable about, you know, your audience, your customer base and stuff like that. I think I do love that there are a lot more black owned companies. And I think the ones that really are successful are, for one, have great network marketing. Everybody hates it. Everybody frowns down network marketing, but it is a booming business. It is a booming industry.
It
They
is.
make millions. And we do it every day, but people just don't realize it. But people frown upon it because, for whatever reason. But those businesses that succeed, they're based on network marketing,
Mhm.
and they know that maybe I need to put my price at a medium place or even giveaways. I love a lot of different clothing stores that you know, give away shirts. Or they
Mhm.
say, we'll give you this shirt. All you got to do is pay the shipping and handling. That gets me. I mean, you're a black
Mhm.
owned business and you telling me all I got to do is pay the shipping. I'm not saying do that for every shirt, but
Right.
you have just to give, people to come to your business, let you know,
Mhm.
okay, they have good stuff. And look, they're not afraid to go outside the box and to promote their business and do things that will help their business grow.
Mhm.
So I think that's the difference. But as a whole, I just think we just need to gain more knowledge, build more wealth, and get more businesses and own more things in our communities so that we can actually make a difference.
That is very true. And you know what? I love, man, girlfriend, I need to have these conversations more often. Like, because it's like, how is it that there are people out there? I have a community that is wonderful. They are called Promote Her. And we have conversations like this all the time. It's more so whereas, you know, we understand, you know, the mindset of business owners, of people that want their own, and want to come into their own, and what to do so. So it's like, it's a community based, it's amazing. And this is where I got majority of my shows.
Mm-hmm.
So, understandably so, it's just been so great to network with these women. These women have been doing businesses forever, and then there's a whole bunch of new people and different things like that. But at the same time, like, to have this mindset is contagious. And
Oh,
this is and and I'm like, you know what, I love her and I love everything that she said, because I'm like, you know what, this is everything that I tried to have conversations with other people. Like, hey, you could, no, 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 no. Wait Just wait before you even, because I'm pretty sure you've been praying. I'm pretty sure you've been just crying over some bills. I'm pretty sure you've been, there's something or an unction for me to come to you and talk to you about this, either a platform or a situation or, a community. I'm here to answer what it is that you need. And those mindsets don't have to just go in voided space and not, not make a difference. Come and do something different. There's nothing but ample opportunities out here. She found her love. She found her love in something that she saw that she can make her family happy. So
Yeah.
why you can't?
Exactly. Exactly.
So let me ask you this. If you could picture your new life, getting everything that you need by what you have privy to now, your forex.
Mhm.
Once you make the money, because you will. Once you make the money, what does that look like?
To me, not living paycheck to paycheck, because many of us do, just having the income to do what I need to do for my family and to get us into a better position financially.
Be
I mean,
specific. I want you to paint a picture. What does it look like for you? Like on an everyday basis for you, having the money already in the bank,
mm-hmm.
having your little laptop up in front of you, seeing how your numbers have grown. What does that look like?
I'm talking about well, you're saying the money's already in the bank. Just I mean, are we talking numbers or
We talking about what's your mindset? Your mindset for everything to be right the way that you want it. For everything to be what you were working for.
well, I mean, on an everyday basis, it's just, I mean, it's a very complicated question. um, I mean, as long as my family is good and we can do what we want to do, that means if I want tomorrow, if I want to take a vacation to Fiji, which is on my list, I book a plane ticket. It's not like, okay, we got to save up this money because the money's already going to be there. It's
Right.
let's book this, like, babe, do you want to go to Fiji tomorrow? Sure. How about I'm gonna go in here and get these tickets, for everybody, make sure the kids, don't have to get out of school and whatnot, and we're gonna go. Or even if it's, you know what, I want to go look at this house as an investment. Let's go look at this house, and if we like it, let's get it. So that we can continue to help, our growth, things like that, instead of having to wait and to plan. I mean, you still have to plan, I think, to a certain extent, but, there's no barriers to do what I want to do. If I wanted to pursue another business, or let me look into this. Okay, instead of me waiting, I gotta save so I can have the money to start the business. Let me get into this now, and then paying it forward, because investing in other people's business, and because ultimately that is part of my vision, is to not just help my family finances and grow my money, but to help others do that.
Right.
Awaken by the Ants by Vastine East. An African story.
I think a soothing message is vital these days in the midst of all the noise and clutter. I believe that kindness should emit from our voice when we talk to each other.
Coming soon.
We are back to your free will.
So that we can
Yeah.
grow as a community. I'm not
Yes.
just winning, but you winning too, and he
Yes.
winning too, and she winning too, because that's what it needs to happen. We
Yeah.
all need to win.
Yes, exactly. And you know what? That's okay. Picture. I'm gonna paint a picture for I guess I could say for my businesses. Um, so I see that basically I have money in the bank, yes, but at the same time I see myself having a TV show and maybe a few more, maybe a few more TV shows, and being known worldwide, having to um, implement that people want to hear what I have to say,
Yeah.
that they are willing to fly me from here to there. I want it to be that we have the condos we want, we have the houses we want, he has the cars that he wants, because of course there's a plethora for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the same time, my girls are fine, they're working for us. My one daughter, my oldest daughter, is a chef, so we want her to have her own restaurant. So we want the middle one, she is going to school for computer graphics, we want her to have her own business as well. So the baby, she is just girlfriend, it sells everything. Okay. she's okay, let me explain. She's my manager. And let her tell it. I'm your manager. I have to, she has to deal with all my emails and different things like that. She'll tell me about my shows and whatnot. And so, like, I just love that my kids are so goal oriented and that they're willing to do what it takes to get what they want. And so this is like my goal. My goals are those things. And so my everyday would be waking up, looking at thanking God first off, thanking God for everything. Because I do that, I do it so much, so repetitiously now. It's just like, before I even open my eyes, I'm like, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you for everything. I'm just, I'll walk it from my bedroom to the living room. And so it's just like, I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for the people that I know. I'm grateful for the people that I'm coming in contact with and the people that are on their way to me. And so I think about that and I live into that. I live as if that already is. And that's why everything is fast forwarding to me, because
absolutely,
I'm living it. I'm living it. And so I'm loving that. And I see you doing that too, because I'm like,
get back what you put out there.
Exactly. And this is what I say all the time on Manifested Living. Like, if you were to actually live the way you saw, or you really truly feel that you're going to come into, and just live it that way, right. I'm like, you might not have no money in the bank. It don't matter.
Right.
Live as though you had $1 million in the bank.
Exactly.
Live as though you had a few $1 million in the bank. It doesn't matter. As long as you have those opportunities and you make way for that, it'll happen. So, yay.
Yes,
I know. I try to I say those things because I'm like, you know what, this is it. People need to hear this. And why aren't they not listening?
I agree.
So now, with that being said, do you want to expand on what you said about your
well, yeah, keeping that in mind, I think, as you said, you always remain thankful, because it's been years that I've been praying for just something to let me know what I'm supposed to be doing. And in finding this opportunity, it's just been an eye opener. But I think in every day is waking up and like you said, my husband is in opening his own business, and you know, putting energy into that and making sure he reaches his dream, because we want to grow together, we want to win together. And also preparing my children, like making sure like they're good. And you know, my son, he's so smart, you know, he loves sports. So you know, investing in what his dreams would be, you know, not giving him you know, how many beers, like you said, like if this is what you want to do, let's make this happen. That's make a plan, let's make steps to for you to achieve this. And also like my vision is going further. Like I want to have an umbrella of, you know, the overall vision is to help others to break out the box and to realize, like you said, that what you put out there comes back. So if you're putting out the negativity, or you're putting out there that, you know, things aren't going to work out, then that's what's going to come back to you. So changing that mindset, changing that programming, and helping others learn. Like I love this skill set. I love trading. This might not be for everybody, but find out a skill set that you love, that you didn't know before, to help you become a better person, to grow, to give you other opportunities to just do better. So I see, you know, an umbrella of different resources and services and everything that meets that mission or meets that vision. So like you said, you live into that. Like I'm bettering myself. I'm learning new skills so I can grow my income, and so I can retire my job rather than them retire me. How about that? and become better and put that out to other people and put that out into the universe.
Yeah, you know, people need to understand that if you took the time, figured out what your goals are, your visions are, take it from there.
Or make a goal, because some people, like you said, some people don't have goals, some people don't have vision. So maybe that's where you start. Start making goals, because that's what happened for me. I had to make goals, realize what I wanted to do, and then the vision came.
Yes. Okay. Yes. You got to do that, and people don't understand how important that is. You know, if you don't want to be in your present situation and you want to do better, if you don't have the mindset to want to change it for yourself, look to the future, see everything that you want. Yes, you want a boat. Yes, you want a car. Yes, you want your, you know, you want it, like you said, just go on vacation anytime you want.
Right.
So if you don't figure out, because I say this, and I'm not trying to get like ultra spiritual or anything like that, but he says, write the vision, make it plain. Let me tell you why. He says that because he says that because he's like, if you don't know what you want, how do I know to bless you? You can't get blessed on a mess. That's what they say. You can't get blessed on a mess. If you don't know what you want, how am I supposed to bless you? You haven't even made up in your mind that you was even willing to work for this thing once I do give it to you. Or take care of it. Or help others. You don't know? I can't bless that. I don't bless mess. Because he's a God of decency and in order. You make up your mind. Make up your mind to be better. Make up your mind to dedicate the time, to put the time in. God knew you before you knew you.
Right.
He already gave you the tools you needed to do what it is that he wanted you to do. Secondly, people forget, if you have the tools, the things that you want, and the visions that you've already had in your mind, why is that not what he already gave you? No, I gave it to you. I gave it to you over and over again because it didn't come in a package that you wanted.
Yes. Yes.
You decided that you didn't want to go for it.
how many beers, like you said, like if this is what you want to do, let's make this happen. Let's make a plan, let's make steps to for you to achieve this. And also, like, my vision is going further. Like, I want to have an umbrella of, the overall vision is to help others to break out the box and to realize, like you said, that what you put out there comes back. So if you're putting out the negativity, or you're putting out there that things aren't going to work out, then that's what's going to come back to you. So changing that mindset, changing that programming, and helping others learn. Like, I love this skill set. I love trading. This might not be for everybody, but find out a skill set that you love, that you didn't know before, to help you become a better person, to grow, to give you other opportunities to just do better. So I see, an umbrella of different resources and services and everything that meets that mission or meets that vision. So like you said, you live into that. Like, I'm bettering myself. I'm learning new skills so I can grow my income, and so I can retire my job rather than them retire me. How about that? and become better and put that out to other people and put that out into the universe.
Yes. And see, and I think, people don't take that in consideration as being an option, but it is. People need to understand that if you took the time, figured out what your goals are, your visions are, take it from there.
Or make a goal. Because some people, like you said, some people don't have goals. Some people don't have vision. So maybe that's where you start. Start making goals, because that's what happened for me. I had to make goals, realize what I wanted to do, and then the vision came.
Yes. Okay. Yes. You got to do that. And people don't understand how important that is. If you don't want to be in your present situation and you want to do better, if you don't have the mindset to want to change it for yourself, look to the future, see everything that you want. Yes, you want a boat. Yes, you want a car. Yes, just go on vacation anytime you want.
Right.
So if you don't figure out, because I say this, and I'm not trying to get like ultra spiritual or anything like that, but he says, write the vision, make it plain. Let me tell you why. He says that because he's like, if you don't know what you want, how do I know to bless you? You can't get blessed on a mess. That's what they say. You can't get blessed on a mess. If you don't know what you want, how am I supposed to bless you? You haven't even made up in your mind that you was even willing to work for this thing once I do give it to you, or take care of it, or help others. You don't know. I can't bless that. I don't bless mess, because he's a God of decency and order. He doesn't do all that. Well, look at here or look at there. Okay, well, I'm not sure about this one. And then, and when you do make up your mind, and this is the one that just, it gets me every time. You make up your mind to be better. Make up your mind to dedicate the time, to put the time in. I look at people, and a lot of people are like, but I'm saved and I'm waiting on God. First off, God knew you before you knew you.
Right.
He already gave you the tools you needed to do what it is that he wanted you to do. Secondly, people forget, if you have the tools, the things that you want, and the visions that you've already had in your mind, why is that not what he already gave you? You say, well, I'm just waiting on God. No, you're waiting on yourself, because you haven't made a decision. You can't make, if you don't make a decision, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's all good. You do what you do. You keep doing what you do, and then it's like you said, it's 20 years later, and you still looking at each other. Well, Lord, you told me. No, I gave it to you. I gave it to you over and over again because it didn't come in a package that you wanted.
Yes. Yes.
You decided that you didn't want to go for it. That's all I'm saying. And
Agreed.
But you know what? I'm going to close this out. Thank you so much for joining me, Miss
Thank you for
Sarah.
having
You
me.
are amazing. I love
Thank
your
you. You are
energy.
amazing
I'm
as
going to have to
well.
call you, girl. I'm going to have to call you later. We're going to have to talk. We're going to have to talk, but you are amazing. And I appreciate just you having an open mindset to be able to talk to people and let them know, like, yeah, that job that you have, don't let that be it.
Right.
Don't let that be it. So if there's anything you want to say, dear heart, the floor is yours.
I think I've said everything. I just want people to look at how they feel about their current circumstances. And if you're not happy, change it. That's what
Exactly.
it comes down to, change it. Even if it's baby steps. Like you said, make your goals, make your vision, and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
And don't
Girl,
be fearful for change or even risk. Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith.
yes,
Don't
always.
be complacent because
Mm-hmm.
that's not gonna as you said, we're equipped with the tools to make ourselves great. You just have to decide to use them.
Yes. See, it's already there, you guys. It's already in us. So we're going to close out. Thank you so much for joining us with Lady
Thank you for
Myya. And
having
I
me.
hope you have a most wonderful day, you guys. Live your life. Live your life to the fullest.
Bye.
But you know what? I'm going to close this out. Thank you so much for joining me, Miss
Thank you for
Sarah.
having
You
me.
are amazing. I love
Thank
your
you. You are
energy.
amazing
I'm
as
going to have to
well.
call you, girl. I'm going to have to call you later. We're going to have to talk. We're going to have to talk, but you are amazing. And I appreciate just you having an open mindset to be able to talk to people and let them know, like, yeah, that job that you have, don't let that be it.
Right.
Don't let that be it. So if there's anything you want to say, dear heart, the floor is yours.
I think I've said everything. I just want people to look at how they feel about their current circumstances. And if you're not happy, change it. That's what
Exactly.
it comes down to, change it. Even if it's baby steps. Like you said, make your goals, make your vision, and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
And
Girl,
don't be fearful for change or even risk. Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith.
yes,
Don't
always.
be complacent because
Mm-hmm.
that's not gonna as you said, we're equipped with the tools to make ourselves great. You just have to decide to use them.
Yes. See, it's already there, you guys. It's already in us. So we're going to close out. Thank you so much for joining us with Lady
Thank you for
Myya. And
having
I
me.
hope you have a most wonderful day, you guys. Live your life. Live your life to the fullest.
Bye.
Thank you for joining me at your free will. If you would like to contact me, I can be reached at 972-866-4800. Also at 1 Lady Myya, MYYA @gmail.com.